Have you ever thought about how much your sexual health can affect your general health? Did you know that some women who swallow their partner's semen might have a stronger immune system, or that having sex regularly could actually help keep life-threatening diseases like cancer at bay? Stay tuned, because this video is full of shocking facts about sex that are backed up by scientific research and could completely change the way you think about intimacy. You won't want to miss these surprising insights that could lead to a healthier and more fulfilling life if you haven't already. Please click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our latest content. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy it, please leave a 1-star comment. If it doesn't, leave a 0-star comment. Your feedback is very important to me because it helps me make better videos that are more in line with your interests. Allow us to begin. Did you know that some women who swallow their partner's sex might have a stronger immune system? Also, having sex regularly could help keep you from getting diseases like cancer that can kill you. If that interests you, you're in for a treat, because I'm about to show you some truly mind-blowing sex facts that are backed up by science. You won't want to miss this. Let's start with a shocking fact 1. In 7,000 women are born without a vagina. This is called vaginal agenesis, and it's usually not noticed until puberty. This means that many young women have to go through a surprising and deeply emotional journey to understand their bodies. Finding out something so important can change your life. This is just the tip of the fascinating world of female anatomy and sexual health. Here's another interesting fact that might surprise you. A study in North America found that women who use emojis a lot are statistically more likely to send nudes when the conditions are right. This small fact shows how modern technology, combined with human emotion, has changed how we communicate our desires and show intimacy. Let's talk about fun. Did you know that a simple kiss on the ear or a kiss on the neck can send a shockwave of pure bliss through a woman's body, especially her vagina? These areas are very sensitive and stimulating. Them can make a woman feel aroused almost instantly. This can strengthen the connection between two people in a private moment. The magic of these sensual touches can't be stressed enough when we talk about the wild side of sex. Let's take a trip to the animal kingdom. If the black widow spider is really hungry, she will literally eat her metate on really bad days. She can eat up to 20 males in one day. It's a scary reminder of the primal instincts that still live inside all living things, even when it comes to love and desire. Now, if you want to reignite the spark in your relationship, especially after 60, I have a special offer for you. My digital book, Rediscovering Intimacy, Healthy Sexuality After 60, is full of practical advice and emotional wisdom to help you, whether you're facing physical problems or just want to deepen your emotional bond. This book is your guide to a happier and more passionate love life. Click on the first pinned comment to get your copy today. Only a few spots are left, so don't miss out. Human studies done by the American Sociological Association show that we missed this chance that could have changed our lives. According to studies, the most mind-blowing sex happens when you're deeply in love with your partner. The emotional connection is a key part of amplifying physical pleasure, turning ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. However, about 70% of men still prefer to avoid sex during their partner's menstrual cycle, which brings up another topic of conversation: how to communicate comfortably and emotionally in relationships. If you have a sense of smell, you might be in for a more intense sexual experience. Pheromone-rich scents like sweat or vaginal discharge can make intimacy even more electrifying. These chemical signals open up a deeper primal connection, amplifying desire and strengthening the bond between lovers. Stay with me because I'm just scratching the surface of how fascinating, complex, and powerful our sexuality really is. For example, did you know that orgasms can actually improve the quality of sperm? Yes, having sex more often can not only make you more fertile, but also make your sperm healthier and better quality by preventing DNA damage in them. This is good news for couples who are having mild fertility problems, bringing up the fact that regular closeness can be a part of the answer to problems with getting pregnant. It's an interesting example of how the body is perfectly designed for both pleasure and reproduction. Well-being. Speaking of solo pleasure, masturbation, often referred to as solo sex, offers its own unique benefits according to psychologist Anna. all from Istanbul, Turkey, engaging in solo sex can
boost self-confidence, provide a deeper understanding of your body, and leave you feeling sexually fulfilled. What's more, it offers many of the same physical and emotional benefits as sex with a partner, but with the added bonus of personal exploration and self-discovery in a world where intimacy with others can sometimes feel complicated. Masturbation provides a safe and empowering way to connect with yourself. Let's not forget the powerful emotional connection that sex fosters between two people. After sex, your body releases oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which helps you feel incredibly relaxed and deeply bonded with your partner. This hormone not only enhances feelings of intimacy, but can also increase trust between partners. In fact, one study revealed that when strangers were given a nasal spray containing oxytocin, they began to trust each other more, demonstrating the incredible power of this hormone in forging emotional connections. Let's talk about the different sexualities of people. Now, did you know that a lot of bisexual, gay, lesbian, and transgender people have had heterosexual experiences as teens, but still stay true to who they are? On the other hand, some straight people have had same-sex encounters, but still identify as straight. Sexuality is complicated, fluid, and deeply personal. There's also formicophilia, which is the sexual interest in having bugs or worms crawl on the body. This may sound strange to some, but it shows how diverse human sexual preferences and curiosities are. Having a sexual life isn't just for fun, it's good for you in the long run. Studies have shown that having sex at least once a week lowers the risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. Additionally, men who have regular sex are generally more likely to live past the age of 80. I think this makes it clear how physical closeness is connected to health, longevity, and vitality. In general, another common sexual fantasy for many people is having sex with a group of people. And interestingly, more than half of those who have had this fantasy have actually done it. At some point, sexual fantasies are more common than we might think, and they can be as tame or as wild as we want them to be. They all add to the rich tapestry of human sexual experience. Also, about 1% of the global population identifies as asexual, which means they don't feel strongly sexually attracted to anyone. Asexuality is another way that humans experience their sexuality. Dortha was the first living being on Earth to engage in sexual reproduction. This momentous event occurred around 30 million years ago, marking the dawn of a practice that has continued to evolve in fascinating ways. Ever since, from prehistoric times to modern-day office romances, sexual behavior has woven itself into the fabric of human life. In fact, about 1 in 5 people have had sex with a coworker, a reminder that intimacy often finds its way into our daily lives. Even at work, according to a Match.com study, 44% of singles report having an orgasm almost every time they have sex with someone they've been intimate with. Before, such as an ex-partner, this statistic underscores the importance of familiarity, trust, and emotional connection. When it comes to achieving sexual satisfaction, sometimes knowing someone well can lead to deeper, more fulfilling sexual experiences, proving that intimacy is not just about the physical, but also about emotional and psychological bonds. Have you ever experienced that tingling sensation running up your spine while listening to a powerful piece of music? That's what we call a skin orgasm or free one. And it's not just limited to music. Research shows that this delightful sensation can be triggered by movies, works of art, or even a special connection with someone. The fascinating thing about free one is that it's unpredictable. You never quite know when or why it might happen. But when it does, it feels as if your whole body comes alive with emotion. Now, when it comes to sexual pleasure, every woman is as unique as a snowflake. Each has her own distinct way of reaching orgasm with nerve endings in her genitals distributed in a way that is special only to her. This uniqueness means that what brings one woman to the height of pleasure may not work the same for another. And during orgasm, those rhythmic vaginal contractions that feel so intense, they are actually the uterus trying to pull sperm inside, an amazing involuntary reaction tied to the body's reproductive instincts. For men's satisfaction in bed can take some interesting turns and twists along the way. Surprisingly, having a lot of sexual partners doesn't always make you happier. In fact, men may feel less sexual fulfillment when their last encounter was with someone they really care about. This is because deep emotional connections can often lead to more pleasure, fewer erection problems, and less pain during sex. It's a paradox that shows how physically and emotionally intimate relationships are connected.
Meanwhile, more than half of young adults 18 to 24 say their last SE sexual partner was just a casual hookup, shining a light on how modern interactions are changing. Let's talk about oral sex. Some people think it's safer than other types of sex, but there are still some risks. It's important to remember that the sharing of fluids can still spread infections, so be careful in an interesting turn of events. Both men and women now say they enjoy being bitten during intimate times. 55% of women and 50% of men say they do this fun. Active aggression can make sex more enjoyable by combining pain and pleasure in enticing ways. Did you know the word clitoris comes from the Greek word for throat? It comes from a Greek word that means queen or divine, which shows how important and powerful this small but powerful organ is in the world of female pleasure. When it comes to orgasm, is men and women each have their own unique ways to reach ecstasy. For men, touching the prostate, also known as the PE spot, during anal sex can cause an orgasm so strong that it's impossible to forget. For women, putting pressure on the AA spot close to the cervix can cause waves of intense pleasure that are often described as completely fulfilling. There are many ways to win over a woman's heart and body. For example, more than 97% of women find a kiss on the neck to be one of the sexiest places on their body, but when it comes to the famed GS spot, not all women feel the same way, and the exact location can vary from womb to woman. Now, here's something really interesting: about 1% of women can get an orgasm just by stimulating their nipple, but for those who can, it can be the SEEST experience of their lives, from free ones to orgasms. The world of sexual pleasure is huge and always interesting. The body is a treasure trove of unique sensations that are just waiting to be discovered. If you are still watching this movie and think these lessons are helpful, please let me know in the first comment below. This is for both men and women. Oral sex reigns supreme is the ultimate fantasy that often sparks passion and intimacy in a way that few other acts can. It offers a deep connection, especially for women who can have an orgasm that lasts anywhere from 3 to 51 seconds. Yes, women can ejaculate, but it's important to know that squirting ejaculation and orgasm are two beautiful, separate but connected experiences, each with its own powerful sensations. The clitoris is a treasure chest of pleasure. It has 8,000 nerve endings, which is twice as many as the penis. This makes it the ultimate place for sexual delight. While penetration is fascinating, only 18% of women can achieve orgasm through it alone. The magic is often in shallower movements that delicately stimulate the G-spot rather than deep thrusts. It's during these moments of pleasure that the female brain lights up like fireworks, ready to dive back into waves of euphoria. But despite this potential, a heartbreaking 30% of women say they have trouble getting an orgasm, and 10% have never had one. This difference often shows a deeper need for openness, understanding, and communication in relationships. Women tend to have more frequent and satisfying orgasms in committed partnerships than in one-night stands where emotional intimacy is often lacking. For example, kissing a woman softly while she sleeps or indulging in her fantasies can create a bond that goes beyond the physical, combining emotional and sexual connection into a single potent experience. The act of exploring desires together is a private dance that builds trust and love, but it takes courage to be open about what really sets the flames of passion. Touch isn't the only way to feel good. For example, the clitoris is still a very sensitive area that needs care and attention. Its 8,000 N endings call for care and attention. A well-groomed partner is another minor but important factor since the groin area is sensitive, and even something as simple as a beard that isn't trimmed can make it hurt. Being physically fit and active lifestyles are a big part of what attracts people. Many women are attracted to sporty men, even if their bodies aren't perfect. It's not just about looks. Being active can also give you confidence and energy in the bedroom. Sadly, many people are unhappy with their sex lives and suffer in silence. The 69th position is known for its simultaneous stimulation, but positions like the doggy style offer deeper penetration that many men find deeply satisfying. Interestingly, the power of attraction also lies in smell. Testosterone, the primal hormone of masculinity, can make women want to be with a man, and there are even loans that mimic this alluring scent, heightening sexual tension. However, relationships where partners are too similar may not always last, as subtle differences between partners often fuel attraction, adding that spark of unpredictability. As a woman goes through life, especially during menopause, her
Remember that some people get sexually aroused in the strangest places, what you eat and how you eat, while some smells or tastes can make you want something. Others can bring together two of life's biggest pleasures, food and intimacy, in a way that's completely different. There are many things that go into attracting a woman, and each one is as unique as the woman herself. While the G-spot has gotten a lot of attention, it's important to remember that not all women experience it the same way, and its location can vary slightly from person to person. However, the neck is an area that is almost always thought of as erotic. In fact, over 97% of women love being kissed there because it's a very sensitive zone that can cause intense arousal. But that's not all. Did you know that about 1% of women can have orgasms just by stimulating? This shows how diverse female pleasure is and how many ways women can find sexual satisfaction in their fantasies. Oral sex tops the list for both men and women, offering a combination of intimacy and pleasure that few other acts can match. The duration of a female orgasm can vary dramatically, from a quick 3 seconds to an intense 51 seconds. And yes, women can ejaculate, but it's crucial to understand that squirting ejaculate and orgasm are not the same thing. The clitoris, with its 8,000 nerve endings, twice as many as the penis, is the epicenter of female pleasure and often holds the key to orgasm for many women. Yet only 18% of women are able to reach orgasm through penetration, alone emphasizing the importance of exploring other forms of stimulation. During a female orgasm, the entire brain becomes fully active, firing on all cylinders and often leaving her ready for more pleasure. Measure immediately afterward. However, despite this potential for multiple orgasms, around 30% of women report difficulty reaching climax. And 1 in 10 women has never experienced an orgasm at all. For many, shallow penetration is often more pleasurable because it gently stimulates the G-spot area rather than relying on deep penetration, which can sometimes be less satisfying in terms of relationships when compared to casual flings. Committed partners tend to have more frequent and satisfying orgasms. Building emotional closeness over time can lead to a stronger connection in the bedroom, making every meeting more important. Being softly kissed while you sleep is another intimate act that women enjoy because it's a sweet gesture that strengthens the bond between partners. Getting to know each other's fantasies can be a fun way to get closer, and open communication is key to finding out what truly makes each person happy. Unrealistic expectations about body image can wreck self-esteem, especially in the bedroom where men need to be vulnerable to connect deeply. Taking care of the groin area can not only make it more comfortable, but it can also make the whole experience better for both partners. Many women are attracted to men who take care of their bodies. A well-groomed beard can help, but so can staying active. Women are naturally drawn to men who play sports or live an active lifestyle, even if they don't have a bodybuilder physique when it comes to sexual positions. 69 is all about mutual sensations. which means that both partners can feel pleasure at the same time. On the other hand, many men like the doggy style because it allows for deeper penetration, which can make their satisfaction even greater. There are perks to each position, and trying out different ones can help keep the spark alive in any relationship. Thanks for joining us on this interesting journey. We'd love to hear what you've learned about sexual health and wellness so far. What's one thing you've learned that you plan to use in your own life? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more helpful videos. Thanks for all your help. We look forward to giving you even more amazing facts and tips in the future.